Hello there and welcome to the Card Grotto. Today I'm using up some of my leftovers for a quick and easy card using Altenew products. So let's get started. This is the Zero Waste Berries and Branches die, one of my favourites from the March release. And for the March release, I created a couple of cards and I cut this a few times from different colours of cardstock. And I kept all of the leftover pieces. I think this die is really beautiful and I think that these foliage pieces will work for lots of different designs of cards. So I kept them all in this little pocket here and I'm going to be using some of them today to create another card. So like I say, I've cut them from different colours of cardstock. Some of them I've added ink blending to and some of them I didn't. There's lots of different pieces here. You've got like different types of branches, some berries, some leaves. I have actually got a few hearts in this pocket. They're from another set that I'm going to use a little bit later on, but I popped them all in the same pocket. And so this is a great way to use up some of those leftover pieces. I didn't want to throw all of these away. They work perfectly fine for future projects. And if I've got the space to keep them, I'd like to do that. So now I don't have to go ahead and cut all of these pieces out, which is really great. And it makes for some quick cards. I also wanted to show you that I did the same thing for the One Go Solid sentiment strips. I'm not using these today, but it's really great to have them on hand. And this is how I used to store all of my leftovers. I used to just have them in one big pouch. I've got some background pieces here. I've got lots of different sentiments. Ideally, I would have them in separate little pockets so that I knew what the sets were. But at that point, I just kept them all in one. So I need to go through that at some point and try and organise them a little bit better. These pieces here cut from the Limeade cardstock didn't have any ink blending on, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of ink blending on top with the Green Valley Fresh Die ink collection. These are cut from Limeade cardstock, which is a really light green cardstock, and so adding a little bit of ink blending on top just adds a little bit of dimension and a little bit of added interest. I'm using a micro blending brush and I'm focusing most of the colour towards the sort of centerpieces of these kind of branch areas, so like the base of the leaves, just so that they're not so flat. And then taking the Fun Little Envelopes die set, and this is where the hearts come in. I've already cut them, so I don't need to cut any more hearts, but I am going to grab one of the envelopes. And I'm going to cut that from some classic Crest 80-pound solar white cardstock. So just grabbing some low tack tape, I can hold that down onto the cardstock and run that through my die cutting machine. And while I'm doing the die cutting, I may as well die cut my sentiment as well. This is the scripted sentiment set. I used all three of these sets for my release projects and I absolutely love how they work together. So I thought I would do the same thing for today. So I'm grabbing some Crafty Necessities jet black cardstock. I'm taking the Hugs sentiment and I'm going to again hold that down with some low tack tape and run that through my die cutting machine. I also cut another two of those Hug sentiments so that I can adhere them one on top of each other to add a little bit of dimension. It's quite difficult to cut little pieces of foam tape or something like that to add on the back of these sentiments, so the easiest way I found is to die cut them multiple times and layer them up. So I'm adding a little bit of liquid glue onto the back of this word here, and then I can pop it on the other one. And I do, where possible, like to keep one of them in the negative. It means that I'm laying them down one on top of each other straight, and it's just a little bit easier that way. I think I don't kind of accidentally distort the letters. So I tend to place one of the letters down first and try and get that lined up as best as possible, and then I use my tweezers to manipulate the other letters and line them up as best as possible, and then I can pop that out from the negative. And then I'm just going to use my tweezers to pop out those little pieces of the letters. I can then fold up my envelope, and I love these envelopes because you can have them both closed or open. You can have little envelope liners in them. I just think they're really, really cute. You can kind of add things inside of the envelopes, like maybe have the foliage coming outside or like from the inside of the envelope outwards, but I decided to just have my foliage sort of around the envelope, but I do think it would look quite nice having it inside as well. So just using my bone folder there to help me kind of push down all of those pieces, get really nice scoring edges. And then I can grab some double-sided tape and adhere that down. Just using my tweezers to remove the backings off of that tape, and then I can adhere that in, and that's like where it would end up if you wanted to keep the envelope open. Like I say, it would look really nice as well, but I am going to have it closed today, so just adding a little bit more adhesive on that top flap and I can pop that down. And then because I've got those hearts already cut out, I may as well use one of those. This is cut from the Pink Diamond Crafty Necessities cardstock. And then since I've got a few of them, I may as well add another one on top again for a little bit more dimension. So I've got a lot of my elements ready to go. I want to create my base, so I'm using one of the Terrific Tags dies, and I've cut that from Classic Crest 110 solar white cardstock. And I'm going to cut it down a little bit because I didn't want it to be so long. I wanted it to be a little bit shorter and kind of more sort of square shaped. I can now bring in all of my elements here. These aqua pieces were cut from Dewdrops and Aqualicious cardstock, and I added ink blending on top with the Sweet Dreams inks. So some of them are a little bit darker, some of them are a little bit lighter. So I can just arrange all of these pieces here. I like to arrange everything first before I stick anything down, and I've got lots of pieces that I can work with here. Some of them I'm going to cut down and sort of see how they look, and if I'm not happy with them I can take those away and then maybe cut some of the other ones down a little bit further. So while I'm fiddling with all of this, I thought I would just talk to you a little bit about leftovers. So obviously in the case of this foliage, it made perfect sense for me to keep all of the excess pieces. Well, I think anyway. You don't necessarily have to if you were just making one card. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste to throw them away, especially with, you know, you've used cardstock, you've added ink blending and things like that. I don't want to waste those pieces. But I know that some people, when they are creating projects, they do like to purposefully create extra. So maybe if you're making a flower, you might make 2 flowers so that you can save one and use at a later date. I don't tend to do that very often. I tend to sort of have a design in my head as I'm going, and I will just cut, if it happens to be a die cut flower, for example, just one. But there are occasions where maybe I think I might want to have 2 flowers on a card, and then I go to do it and I don't really like the design, so maybe I'll take one away and I'll just use one. I mean, sometimes it works in the opposite way and I have to then cut another thing, but sometimes I'll have something extra and then I want to keep that, so I pop those pieces in that little pocket that I showed at the beginning. Or if sometimes I have cut a sentiment and then I decide that actually I don't like that sentiment, I want a different sentiment, and then so I'll keep that piece as well. So let me know what kind of crafter you are. Do you purposefully create extra so that you have extras to go for future projects, or are you a little bit more like me and will just cut what you think you need, but then if you have extras you'll keep them? I do like keeping those in those little pockets that I showed. They don't take up much space and it's really easy, especially if you label everything, to kind of know exactly what sets those pieces were from, so that if you do need extra you can go back and cut extra, or you can stamp extra or something like that. So I do really like doing it that way. I will say though that if I keep too much, I may not end up using them. And that's not the end of the world, like having them just in the drawer. But, you know, I do kind of have to keep on top of it a little bit, so that I try and actually make sure that I use them. I don't mind you know, making cards for like hours upon end. I don't mind, especially if it's for someone in particular, and a card might take me 3 or 4 hours. I don't mind that at all, but there are occasions when I need a card really quickly, and for that these leftover pieces come in really handy because you can make a card really quickly. This card took me about an hour. It did take me a little bit longer probably because I was filming it. If I wasn't filming it, maybe it would take me even less time to make, which an hour for me for a card is really very good. So if I wanted a quick card, leftovers are definitely the way to go. So let me know if you keep leftover pieces as well, and if you do keep them, do you actually end up using them? So I have stuck everything down, added a little bit of twine through the top of the tag, and now I can finish off the tag with some ivory pearl dots. Just using my perfect picker there to pop them down. And then I wasn't really happy with the placement of this hugs word. I wanted the envelope to be slightly higher than it ended up being. And so the top of the hugs word is kind of touching the heart, and they were both the same height, and I wasn't particularly comfortable with that. So I cut 2 more of those hugs word and placed them on top so that that hugs word was a little bit higher. Sometimes I create tags just because I want a tag. Sometimes I create tags because I know that I'm going to add them onto a card. And sometimes I create tags and then think maybe I might add them onto a card at a later date. For today, I thought I would show you how I would add this onto a card. So I've got an A2 size white card base, so that's a finished size of 4¼ inches by 5½ inches. I've opened it up, and now I'm adding scoring lines with my scoreboard and my stylus, and I'm going down the front of the card base at every ½ inch. I just quite like having that kind of uniform look, but you could definitely do this more in a random way as well. I do that sometimes. These score lines are easy to see in real life. They are a little bit more difficult to see in photos. But to enhance them even more, I thought that I would add some ink blending on top. So I'm using the Pink Diamond Fresh Dye ink, and I'm using a large blending brush, and I'm focusing this colour towards the bottom of the panel here, or the card base I should say. And I'm going to try and fade it up to the white of the cardstock as I go up the card base. This intensifies those score lines a little bit. If I'd added the ink blending on first and then did the scoring lines, the ink kind of wouldn't pool around the scoring lines, so you wouldn't see them as much. It's just a different look if you wanted to do it in a slightly different order. So I've now moved to a small blending brush just so that I can intensify that colour very like towards the very bottom of this card base. Generally, the smaller the brush, the more saturation of colour you'll get. So I really like how that looks. I like adding the pink in. It just brings in a little bit more of that pink to match the heart on the envelope. So just making sure that I'm happy with how far up that ink blending is. I just wanted a little bit just to add a little bit of accent towards the bottom of the card. So now I can add some instant dimension foam tape onto the back of the tag. I can remove the backings with the tweezers, and then I can pop that down onto the card. And I'm just using the scoring lines to help me try and add this as straight as possible. So I just tend to place it down really lightly to start with, make sure that it's straight, and then I can stick that down. And so that is the card finished for today. I really loved having that foliage already cut out, and like I said, this card didn't take me really that long at all, especially in the scheme of things, how I would usually work. Links to the products that I used will be listed in the description bar on YouTube and also over on my blog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.